So recently, there was a video that went viral of a Vietnam vet attacking Pokemon Go players. And you might be saying to yourself, well, holy fucking shit, this guy must have been crazy. He must have been off his rocker to do something like this. Why would he attack Pokemon Go players? No, if you're an avid Pokemon Go player, you know, you just touch the game maybe even a couple times, you'll probably notice that historical landmarks, churches, these sort of things often result in multiple Pokestops, gyms, and areas where you can find good Pokemon. I've seen many people roam graveyards before in search of Pokemon. So there's two aspects to this I want to address, but first I'll go ahead and give you the story. There's a Vietnam vet who was charged with disorderly conduct and destruction of private property because he was confronting Pokemon Go players that were on a memorial for veterans. Now, memorials in America generally consist of just a big headstone of some type, obelisk. Maybe it has the old boots, the M16 and the Kevlar and goggles and dog tags, that type of thing. Mine down the road has something like that, and then it has a wall where it etches the names of individuals from that specific county that have served in several wars. It doesn't matter the war. From my county alone, there's a memorial that even has soldiers from the Civil War. So all the way from the Civil War to Operation Enduring Freedom, everything in between, World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, stuff like that. So quite a few veterans can go there and respect the memory of those who served and fell. But you need to take note that those memorials are like 99% not where veterans are buried. They're just not there. They're not dead there. They're not in the ground there. So it's like a church, if you will. It would be extremely disrespectful to go into a church and play Pokemon Go while someone is conducting a service. So this is what ended up happening. These guys were doing something while these Pokemon Go players were walking around disrespecting the land, I guess. And this veteran went up and confronted them. The veteran looks terrible. He looks very out of touch with technology and acts like a fool. And I am not going to defend him as a veteran. The only thing I'm going to say is that he could have handled the situation 10 times better, but also, if they were both man enough, they both could have hashed it out with a nice fist fight, had a couple beers after, and been done with it, you know? It's pretty simple to hash out something like that. But we have a couple kids who hide behind the shield of, you fought for our freedom, we have the freedom to do and go anywhere mentality, versus veterans who are on this specific spot who want to be left alone, and there were multiple veterans, and they just want to, you know, be left alone. They want to respect their fallen. They want to remember together, have a memorial service maybe. And you have these Pokemon Go players walking around. I understand where the guy's coming from, but, you know, you can't go and tackle someone's fucking canopy, man. You can't go and attack someone. At one point in time in the video, he says he was gonna talk some shit to someone's wife, and the woman gets up in his face and almost beats his ass. And he's a 68-year-old threatening to beat minors up, saying, I don't give a fuck, I'll beat your ass. See, this is the shit that makes veterans look bad. But look, man, a lot of Vietnam veterans have issues. They have mental problems, PTSD, to different varying degrees, cognitive, mental disorders, and I sympathize for him. I'm not going to defend him. I'm not going to defend his actions. Like I said, if they were man enough, they could have both just hashed it out with a fight and been done with it. But the police were called, and the veteran was charged with disorderly conduct and destroying personal property, and I don't think he's ever going to get out of that because it was recorded on these guys' phones. And they were recording the whole time while he was, you know, in a rage. He was upset. He was enraged with the blatant disrespect they were showing him. Look, as a veteran myself, you don't have to respect. I mean, I get cussed out in my comment sections. People call me idiots for the Pokemon theory as I do. I don't think it's that serious, but you got to understand, man, there's a line, okay? If you see a bunch of veterans over by a veteran memorial and you're playing Pokemon Go, maybe you could be a little bit subtle about it. You know, maybe you could walk up to them and be like, hey, man, what war did you serve in? You know, I'm thinking about joining the army. I'm thinking about joining the military, or I have family who was in the military. You know, I played this game. It brought me here, and I see you guys there. What's going on? You know, are you guys having a memorial service? Let me know what's up. You know, easily easily could have avoided this situation. But both of them didn't want to because both of them thought they were right. So on one hand, you have the person who says, freedom, I can go anywhere and do anything in America. And then you have the other one who says, sacred property. Which one is right? I'm gonna have to side with the freedom, go anywhere and do anything. But with that, you still need to understand that you shouldn't do it. You should not do that shit. Like, dude, you can do almost anything in America, but there's plenty of stuff you shouldn't do. You know, you could probably take a dump anywhere you want. Probably not the best idea to go and take a dump in the middle of the road with a bunch of cars waiting on you. You know, you could take a piss anywhere you want. Probably not a good idea to piss in front of a school, you know. These things, they'll get you into trouble, but boy, sure, you can do them. And I guess that's not the best example. It's more like, you know, you can go to shady spots in America, you know. You could go to downtown Detroit with a nice smartphone, but should you really do that? Probably not. You could get robbed pretty easily, especially if you're not from the area. So that's a better example, I guess. In the end, I think it's pretty ridiculous how the veteran treated the young individuals. I think the young individuals were very stupid for staying there. They should have left, called the police, and then returned if they needed to get their shit. But, I mean, that's just me. Again, I'd rather hash it out with two fists. You know, hey, let's go, man. You think you got the stones to kick me off this property? Here, let's go into the woods. Let's duke it out. Whoever wins, wins. You know, I ain't gonna be a sore loser. I ain't gonna be salty about it. If you win, you win. I win, I win. You know, that's how I feel about a lot of stuff, man. But in this day and age, everyone calls the cops. No one wants to hash things out. No one wants to be a man anymore. Everyone just wants to be passive aggressive and be pussies. And, I mean, again, I don't think the vet was right here, but I just think it could have been hashed out a lot easier if both of them would have just talked. If the veteran had said, hey, I feel like you're extremely disrespectful here. We're having a memorial service here. And then the kids would have been like, oh, well, I'm sorry. You know, let us move down the way just a little bit, okay? We'll try to stay out of your way. Boom, done. No police, no viral video, no vet tackling fucking canopies. Just saying. Anyways, guys, you have yourself a great day. I'm very depressed and sad that I have to bring this news. I mean, it's depressing, man, to see a fellow veteran act this way. Veterans need to hold themselves to the utmost standard. We represent what was once the military, and we continue to represent it. And me personally, I feel that it's extremely sad to see someone lash out and act like this, especially to a point where they go to prison or jail over someone standing on public property. So you guys have yourselves a great day, and as always, good gaming, and God bless.